Hey friends, welcome to episode 2 of Is It Worth It? Where I try things that you find online or at the stores that you may go, I'd like to try that, but I don't know if I want to pay for it. So today's episode is all about pumpkins. I even have my cute pumpkin earrings on, and we are going to be talking about which is the best pumpkin bread mix. We're going to try some different pumpkin cookies and also a pumpkin cake mix that I picked up as well. So let's go. Okay, so today I have 4 different pumpkin breads that we are going to try. They are all boxed mixes, and we're gonna compare how they look and taste. They're all around similar price points with the exception of one, and I'll explain why in a bit. But first we're gonna start with the Krusteaz pumpkin spice bread. Now it says it's made with real pumpkin, and it comes with just a mix, a dry mix, but you will need to add 2/3 cup water, a 1/2 cup vegetable oil, and 2 eggs. So this is what it looks like. It actually turned out really nice. I am pleased with how it looks. We can pop it out. You can see it is moist. It has held its shape really well. The second pumpkin bread is from Pillsbury. It's a quick bread. It said it's made with real pumpkin as well. It just comes with the mix, and you need to add a cup of water, 3 tablespoons of oil, and 2 eggs. You can also make this into muffins, but since we're doing all bread, that's what we're comparing. And so here's this bread. It turned out pretty well. It looks very similar, a little bit smoother on top. Pop it out. Oh, it came out really easily. Really moist. I like how it looks. The third variety is the Great Value Pumpkin Spice Quick Bread Mix, or you can also make muffins out of it. It comes with just the mix, but you will have to add 2/3 cup water, 2 eggs, and a 1/2 cup vegetable oil, and then mix it up and bake it. And this bread also turned out really nice. If you remember last episode, I had a couple Great Value breads. One was an orange cranberry bread, and it sunk a bunch in the middle. I think it's because I bumped it, but also because it cooked at a lower temperature, as compared to these pumpkin breads, which cooked at a higher temperature, and I think that's better for my altitude. The Great Value cooked up a lot better than the previous mixes I have tried. So far, so good. The last pumpkin bread mix that I tried is the Libby's pumpkin bread mix. It comes with the bread mix, icing mix, and a can of pumpkin puree. You will need to add 4 large eggs, a cup of water, a 1/2 cup vegetable oil, and then 2 tablespoons of milk to the icing mix. Here's the cool thing. So it is like 3 times as much. Like everything else averages about $2 or a little bit less. But I think this was like $6, 6.5. And it actually makes 3 loaves. And it comes with icing. They're beautiful. So let's try these. We will start with the Krusteaz. Let's look inside. Krusteaz looks really nice. That tastes really good. That's really good. I recommend the Krusteaz. Here is the Pillsbury. Now it is slightly drier and it is lighter, I think, in color. Not as much moisture in it. Give it a try. It's okay. It's not as good as the first one, the Krusteaz. Okay, let's try the Great Value. So here is the Great Value. It is still not as moist as the Krusteaz, but it is, I think, better than the Pillsbury. It's definitely sweeter than the other two. It just tastes more like a dessert bread with a little bit of the like pumpkin spice flavoring. And it should be noted that this is the only box that doesn't say made with real pumpkin on it. So that's probably why it's more mild. All right, so now let's try the Libby's pumpkin, which, like I said, used actual pumpkin puree. And this is probably the one that is closest to my pumpkin bread recipe because I do use actual pumpkin puree in it. I might have even used Libby's brand. I don't remember. But let's try this. Let's cut this open. Okay, so first off, I really like the texture. It's not like super moist like the Krusties, and yet it is still very tender. And of course it has icing, so that's great. Let's try that. I mean, it is a solid pumpkin bread. And by solid, I mean solid tasting. Like, it is really good. Out of all 4 of these, I would either go with the Krusties or with the Libby. The Libby is nice because it has that fun icing, and it makes 3 loaves. So you can make one for yourself and share some with your friends. Otherwise, go with the Krusties or check out my recipe. Either way, can't go wrong. All right, so now I have 2 cookies that we are going to compare. The first one is the Great Value Pumpkin Spice Cookie Mix. Now it comes with just the dry mix, and you need to add 1 egg and a ½ cup of butter. And here are the cookies. So actually, they turned out really good, especially compared to what they look like on the package. I don't know if you can really see that, but they look the same. They are soft. And actually really good. I feel like the cinnamon comes across more than any of the other pumpkin spice flavors. But overall, I mean, they're decent. So I would give it a go. Next up, I tried the Betty Crocker Pumpkin Spice Cookie Mix. And this needs a ¼ cup of water and 1 egg and 1 stick of butter. So very similar to the Great Value brand. On the package, they look really good. This dough was a lot more sticky and light, and it actually reminded me a lot of my pumpkin cheesecake cookies or my fall cookies on my site, which are super light and fluffy after they bake up. It is a very wet dough. So I thought, oh, maybe this will be similar, you guys. Okay, they baked up so flat. So if you try these and you have a different result, let me know. Maybe I did something. I mean, I bake a ton of cookies, so I don't think so. They are so flat. I mean, my goodness, they don't look anything like the package. Let's try it though. Oh, no, it is so much drier. What does it remind me of? I don't know. You know what? It kind of tastes like a pre-packaged cookie that is already made at the store. So kind of stale, sweet, but overall just kind of like something you're just eating mindlessly and not really enjoying. I would pass on this. All right, next up we have this Great Value Pumpkin Spice Bar Mix. Now it comes with mix for the filling and a mix for the crust. For the filling, you need to add a ½ cup of water, 2 eggs, and 4 tablespoons of butter. And for the crust, you will need 3 tablespoons of butter. So this one was actually a 2-step process for baking, similar to like lemon bars or something like that, where you want to bake the crust first, and that only took 5 minutes. And then you pour the filling on top and finish baking. So if you do make this, I recommend not making it in a flexible, reusable pan. Just use a normal nonstick pan, because when I was pulling this out of the oven, which it was still like warm and flexible, it did end up cracking the top. So as far as presentation goes, I mean, it's not very pretty, but I think that's just on me. And so let's try it. It does look like the crust baked up around the edges. All right, let's pull this out. Ooh. And something I did notice is the crust is like dark brown. It just looks kind of grayish. So I don't know about you guys, but it's just not very appetizing to me. I would say it doesn't actually look as much like that. I mean, these are much oranger. So let's just give it a try. Overall, it tastes a lot better than it looks. It doesn't have a ton of pumpkin flavor. It's definitely there, but it's not as strong as like the pumpkin breads. Honestly, it just tastes like a sweet cookie bar. So it's not bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. So I don't know. It's like you'll probably like it, but it's not the greatest thing. All right, friends. So lastly, we have the Pillsbury Perfectly Pumpkin Cake Mix. And it comes with just the cake mix. And you need to add a cup of water, a half cup of oil, and 3 eggs. It comes together really easily. Some cream cheese frosting goes really well with it. I just used a leftover can that I had, but I have a really good recipe for that as well on my site. This is what the cake looks like. You can see I just popped it out of its pan, frosted the top. So far, it looks great. It was super easy to make, super easy to frost, and you can't go wrong with that. At least I hope you can't. So far, it looks great. Now let's give it a try. You guys, it's good. It's a nice tender cake. The spices come through kind of as an aftertaste. It's not super pumpkin flavored. I don't know. Have you tried a pumpkin cake that tastes super pumpkin-y? I don't know if I have. If you have, let me know in the comments below, because I definitely want to try it. Overall, it's a great cake. It tastes more like a lighter, I don't want to say a spice cake, because that's pretty distinct, but it's kind of blah. I don't know. Overall, it was easy to make though, and if I was going to a potluck, I'd be fine bringing it. So I think it's an okay. And now, if you remember, I wasn't too impressed with the Pillsbury brand bread. I don't know, is this a Pillsbury thing? Have you guys tried other cake mix brands? I couldn't find any at the store, but if I see any more, I'll try to pick them up. So overall, it's an okay. All right, friends, so if you like this episode, trying all things pumpkin, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what I should try for October. It's Halloween season coming up. All right, see you next time. All right, Hank, is it your turn? Do you want to taste test something? Do you want a carrot? Oh boy. Okay. No. You can't have your toy around here. You will knock over the cameras.